What's up, YouTube? How you doing?
What's up?
My Cowboys family here, bringing you guys. Okay.
We're checking stuff right now, but we're messing up a little bit here.
Let me see.
We're gonna be trying to talk through
There
here.
we go.
We're gonna try to talk to the mic, guys. Again, now remember you have to talk into this, so it's not gonna be like just out there. What's up? See how low you sound?
Yeah.
What's up, everyone? Hopefully people are in here, hanging out, checking it out.
All right. Well, definitely, guys, let us know. Keep us in the loop. On there we go. Here, let me make this.
Talk to the mic, guys.
There we go. All right. So.
Let me see you show that.
Yeah, I will. All right. One more second, guys. Thank you for your patience. All
yes,
right.
just
So
10 more seconds, guys. Let's see anybody out there. What's up, Manuel Corona? How you doing? Amy can fly. How you doing?
So what's up, guys? How you doing? All
probably
right.
need that
So we're gonna go ahead and just wait another minute or two to get started. But definitely let us know what you guys want to hear us talk about. It most likely is on our little report today.
Yeah, we have a bunch of updates to let you guys know about. And as soon as we get another person or two in here, we're going to kick it off, guys, all right? There's
Give you guys a chance to
again, guys. Yeah, again, guys, if you have trouble hearing my fiance or myself, let us know. We're trying to get this audio thing a little bit better. Unfortunately, it's going to look like this for a little bit. But at least if it sounds better, that's good for us and good for you guys. So,
yeah. So actually, let's go ahead and start off with some minor news, not necessarily Cowboy related, football related, but we did just get Madden 18.
That's right.
So check out the gamer tag in the description down below.
That's me.
Yep.
Guys, purple_football7. That's my gamer tag on PlayStation 4. I have other games on there that I play once in a while, but I mainly play Madden and GTA, but it is about Madden. So I'll probably be streaming tonight. What's up, Stronger
Hi,
King?
Stronger King, how you doing?
What's up? So I'm going to be playing probably tonight. I just got it. I couldn't get it last night. They shut the store down.
Millennials.
They shut the store down like 5 minutes after they were supposed to, I got there. 5 minutes before I got there. So I couldn't get the game yesterday. I got it this afternoon. I haven't even tried it out yet. I haven't even opened it yet. So, sometime later tonight, maybe 11, 12 o'clock Eastern time. And, again, it's a lot earlier for you guys living in the West Coast and in between. You can look me up. You can send me a friend request. Just let me know who you are on here. And it's, again, my gamer tag. You can see it in the description. But it's purple_football7. That's my gamer tag. So you look me up there, send me a friend request, let me know who you are, and we'll get some Madden games going if you guys do have Madden 18 for the PlayStation 4. So now, listen, guys, we're going to kick this thing off with the updates. And starting off with our main man, number 21, Ezekiel Elliott. Go ahead. You can.
So, no real major news as far as anything on. Well, actually, no. Scratch that. There was one major news in regards to his appeal. The testimony from the alleged victim, Tiffany Thompson, is not going to be included. It has been barred. She is not allowed to be present at this appeal, and all of her interviews and any notes are also barred from being used in this appeal. So what exactly does that mean for Zeke? I personally think that means that it is going to end up going to court if she's not even able to be there to be questioned.
And let me take over now. So now, guys, here's the thing about the Zeke situation. That's let's go from top to bottom. First off, Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, the whole Cowboy team has, went over a couple times already that he's not going to be at practice on Monday. He's not going to be at practice on Tuesday.
He's going to be at the meetings himself personally in New York, right?
He's going to New York for the appeal hearing against that, that Harold Henderson guy, who he specifically, and this comes from the NFL, he specifically is not allowing Tiffany Thompson, the accused, the supposed victim. They're barring her testimony from the past. They're not allowing her to show up there. This is not her choice. This is the NFL and Goodell and Harold and Harold Henderson. So they're choosing to basically not have her in there. They're not going to use any of her testimony. They're not going to. I don't think they're going to even allow them to use like the text messages that she said that showed that she was lying. So this is it's almost more obvious that this is a witch hunt by the NFL, in my opinion. With the way this is being handled, it's almost like they want to test Zeke and then say, hey, you know what? Take us to court if you dare. And I just see him definitely in a ready for a battle.
I think the NFL definitely messed with the wrong one, because Jerry Jones and company are not to be trifled with.
Yeah. And again, guys, the fact that this testimony is not going to be allowed, it's just showing that since it is an appeal hearing for his suspensions, I guess that's the excuse they're using to not allow her testimony, because that has nothing to do, supposedly, this is the NFL, what their excuse is, that they're supposedly not, I know that is unfair, that they're supposedly not going to allow the testimony because they don't want to kind of make this a bigger deal and kind of show their embarrassment, kind of their mistakes. Because I don't know if you actually see this and you see this the evidence out there, and he puts it out there for the public to see, meaning Zeke, his attorney, Jerry Jones, the Cowboys organization, it's going to be embarrassing for the NFL. So they're trying to really cut this down, shut it down as fast as possible, and hoping that a judge in the courts would not grant him the stay or the injunction, which then would make them have to serve the full 6 games if they don't give them an appeal. So, guys, that's it's obviously it's major news in a way. I know we said it because of little minor news, but it actually is major news. It's almost a sign that we're going to be going to court, or at least hoping that he gets an injunction, whatever the results are on the appeal.
Either way, we're definitely hoping to see Zeke on the field all the games this year, obviously barring any kind of ultimate final decision, but we do expect it to go to court, so obviously stay tuned for that. And we'll as well, the Cowboys are going to have, they're not going to have a lawyer present, they're going to have a representative of the Cowboys team. Yeah, no, it's not. They specifically said we're not going to have a lawyer present, we're just going to have a representative for the Cowboys present at the meeting. So I think in a way that shows either one, the Cowboys are kind of waiting to see if it goes to court and maybe possibly holding off on their involvement just in case, or until maybe more, facts as far as how the NFL has chosen to handle the situation comes out. Or 2, they are confident enough in Zeke or maybe things going their way that they don't feel they need their lawyers there as well. Or honestly, either way, we know Jerry Jones is very involved in this entire process, I'm sure, and the lawyers are going to do their jobs. And again, let's just see how it goes. Yeah,
I mean, guys, listen, to finish this up, I mean, the Cowboys are going to, I don't know about lawyers, I didn't hear about that, but I know that they're going to have their representative there.
Yeah, no, it's not a lawyer, though, they said. And
okay.
They said
a representative is a Cowboys team representative, make sure things are handled properly. But as far as legal ramifications, I mean, this is not a legal situation, guys. Remember that.
How about them Cowboys? How you doing?
What's up?
Corona, you have it right on the head. So
yes.
If he violated their personal conduct policy as far as the St. Patrick's Day thing, he probably can understand that, but he is fighting specifically the appeal on the domestic violence issue because he is not guilty of domestic violence. And again, that does harm his career. Yeah,
guys, and again, it harms his brand. He's going to fight this to the end. I said this yesterday. He's going to probably want some kind of apology. I would do if I was him and I was not guilty. And to save his jersey sales and his endorsement sales and all that stuff. Hey, New York, NYG for life. What's up? You're not.
Have some issues on Odell. We'll
yeah.
talk about that in just
you guys are not going 12-4 this year. And again, Odell's not your entire team, but even with Odell healthy the whole season, you're not going 12-4. Trust me, guys. Schedule's too hard. Hi, Steve. What's up? Nice seeing you here back again. I'm glad you guys are all coming back. If you guys haven't done so already, please, just a reminder, hit like or a thumbs up at the bottom of the screen.
Subscribe and hit the little bell down below as well so you get notifications every time we go live or post any videos. And if you haven't already checked it out, we are doing a fantasy football league. It's a 20-person league. There's only 3 spots left, guys, so check out the link in the description down below. And if you have PlayStation 4 and you like Madden 18, make sure to check out the gamer tag down below.
The gamer tag is for me. I'm going to be on playing Madden later tonight and maybe over the weekend on and off. So just keep you can friend request me. My gamer tag is in the description. But if you have PlayStation 4 and you have Madden 18 or GTA and other games, you can definitely hook up there and just definitely send me a friend request. And I'm going to probably stream a lot of the Madden games onto this channel, so you guys can actually see it as it's going on. I'll have my microphone on. I could talk with you guys if you guys do a chat screen. So we'll be interacting like that too throughout the night. So we'll probably see another live stream tonight with Madden. Rob me on Madden.
Hey Kevin, hey Boomer, how you guys doing tonight?
Yeah, guys, if we first I forget to put the mic over. Yeah. Okay, guys, we're trying to get better sound quality for you guys, and just let me know.
It sounds much better when we hold it this way, so just let us know, guys. But
yeah, just let us know if for some reason the sound's not as good or something lacking with it, or it's too loud. Maybe it's too amplified. Yeah. So
and Steve Scoggins, so the whole point of that court thing is that they actually, because Zeke is going to require evidence to prove his point, that, they as the defense, they can compel, subpoena Miss Thompson to appear in court. They can force her to appear in court. Again, both sides can ask her questions and all of that stuff, but she does have to appear if they request, you know, if they ask her to be there, because she's a key. I mean, she's the claimant, I guess.
It's a he said.
Making the claim, the one who got abused. I mean, I think that her statement.
Allegedly abused.
You know what I mean? Allegedly, obviously, but. You know, I think that her claim or her being there to say this is what happened to me, I mean, I think that's a pretty key part of the whole case.
And also, when you think about the fact that she lied and she's just an uncredible witness, guys, that's the most important reason.
Tear her apart on the stand.
Well, yeah, but that's the thing. They're not going to, because the NFL is not allowing her there for that exact reason, guys. So,
Patrick, how are you doing?
Hey, what's up? You're back to Odell, huh? He switched her from Odell back to Dak, back to Odell, guys. Patrick, he's a Cowboy fan deep down inside. But NYG for life, I want an O-line. Yeah, you guys definitely need an O-line. Yeah, we want the 6th ring.
We got the O-line. We need the ring.
Yeah, well, we also need a defense. So the Giants do have a defense. So, hey, Space Cowboy, what's up? What's up?
Space Cowboy, how you doing today?
Yeah, if you haven't already, subscribe. If you guys haven't done it yet, please hit like or thumbs up at the bottom. And we have a 20-team league, only 3 spots left, a fantasy football league, and also Madden gamer tag. Madden 18, we're going to do some streaming tonight. My gamer tag is in the description, purple_football. Sorry, let me do it again. Purple_football 7. But it's in the description. You get the exact spelling of it there.
Yeah, so now, Steve Scoggins, again, that's exactly why it's so dangerous. You know, she can't just, you know, she can, of course, lie under oath if she chooses to do so, but she can be found in contempt, you know, or
perjure herself. Perjury, but again, I don't know how. Again, all her witnesses, all her friends that vouched for her were not under oath. So actually, none of them would be under oath
again,
or witness.
You know, being under oath obviously does change a few things. So let's see how that plays out. But as far as Zeke, that's pretty much all the updates we have on hand.
I mean, what's up, Kevin Booth? What's up, Carmen?
Carmen, how you doing? And then Kevin, Odell's not going to be ready for week 1, maybe for 2 weeks.
Well, we're going to talk about Odell in a second. I want to say one last thing about Zeke, which Dak said today in an interview.
Hollyway, how you doing?
What's up, Hollyway? Eagles looked pretty decent last night, except for the Darby got burned once. But no, listen, Dak said about Zeke that he's looking a lot faster. I mean, just in practice and training camp, he's looking a lot faster. He's hitting the holes faster. Guys, I think Zeke is a man on a mission. Whether he plays, you know, in week 7 and on, or he plays, you know, he's out for 4 games or 2 games, or he's playing throughout the whole season, he's going to be ready to rock it this year. Seriously, he's looking like he's improved, just like Dak. They both have improved a lot over the last year's fantastic, you know, start to their careers in the NFL. So, guys, look forward to Zeke when he gets on that field. Especially, he's going to play against the Raiders this week. So keep that in mind, guys. We're going to see him out there about 10 to 14 snaps, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 drives, probably 2 to 3 drives at most.
On honestly how quickly the offense can score. And we scored on the first drive last week. Again, the Raiders are a different team. Obviously, they're probably going to have most of their starting defense.
It's a snap count. It's a snap count, guys. So he could be out there. They get 3 plays and out. That's 3 plays, and he gets it in 3 plays and out. It's another drive. So he could go out there 4 times and be out there playing 12 plays, and they could have just go 3 and out every time. That would suck, but that's a possibility. Probability is that, you know, we'll get a couple first downs and he'll have a good eight snaps, you know, in that series. Then the next one might play 3 or 4 more and then get taken out. So I mean, don't look for so much of Zeke tomorrow, but we're gonna probably not see much more of him if this suspension holds up. So.
Hi, Wolfred. How are you doing? Did you see?
What's up, Rolf?
Cowboy. Odell beat me up, and I have proof. Roger suspended him.
Yes, yeah, Odell assaulted me. So.
In a back alley. So.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just saying that. So I don't even have pictures. You don't have to have pictures.
Exactly. Sarah, how are you doing today? Glad you could join us.
What's up, Sarah? It's good to see a nice, you know, variety of people on here. You know, men, women, children. It's good, man. That's why it's Cowboys family. We like that. This was our idea from the beginning, to kind of include not just men that love football,
haters, everyone.
Yeah, even the anti-Cowboy fans. That's all right.
Cowboys abroad, how are you doing today?
What's up? How you doing? It's filling up. I appreciate you guys filling this up, and let's continue with our news. Right now we just talked about Zeke.
Let's see. So a lot of you guys have been asking about Odell. We might as well go ahead and jump straight into that. So Odell Beckham, as we know, has a sprained ankle, injured his ankle in the game against the Browns. He is apparently receiving some, let me see, what is it called exactly? Theralase cell treatments. So it's some kind of a special laser treatment that helps, I guess, speed up healing. Yeah. It's in a treatment center in Phoenix, Arizona. He's out there getting the first treatment now. So again, the whole point behind that is they're not, you know, they've only said that he's day today, and he has an ankle injury. So they're not really giving too many details on his ankle injury, and it's possible he might not be ready for week 1.
Yeah, I mean, that's a big, big question mark, guys. Even if he's ready, and I hope he is ready for week 1, and I want to play the Giants at full strength without any excuses, without any kind of BS. I just want to see him out there. And again, guys, no matter how much the Giant fans want to say he's going to be great out there week 1, and he's going to probably do very well against the Cowboys, he's not going to be 100%, which could be scarier for us when we meet him the second time. But keep this in mind, guys, that he is not going to be 100%. Neither is Brandon Marshall, no matter how much they rest him in the next 2 weeks before we play them. So, it's going to be something that's going to be it's something we have to wait and see when it comes to his development. And again, he's getting the special Theracell treatment or whatever.
Yeah, the laser healing.
Yeah, the laser healing treatment. Again, Jared Allen in Super Bowl 50 had this done. I think he was with Carolina. He had this done so he can end up playing that game. It kind of reminds me of what T.O. did in the high something, whatever chamber, the hydro something chamber that they have where they heal faster. It's like that cooling chamber. It's not like that. This is a laser treatment.
Look, whatever it is, the point is that
some new thing.
We can tell that Odell is really pushing himself to be ready for week 1 because they know exactly what it means to not have their number 1 receiver not playing that game. And of course with Brandon Marshall injured as well.
You're saying not playing. He'll be playing.
Maybe, yeah, he'll play, but either way, we know that if he plays, he's probably not going to be 100%, and if he doesn't play, it's going to be an even bigger blow.
Yeah, if he doesn't play, the Giants are in trouble.
So guys,
but
here, I'll go through some of these comments real quick because I will say you guys are way too nice to us, guys. We really appreciate it. We do this because we like this. We have fun with it. So.
And we love the Cowboys, man. This is why we I mean, this is something that would be in my head and partially in her head, for today. Like we'd be talking about it. We would be, looking up information about it. And, just this is a similar situation. Rather than doing that, we just doing it here with you guys. So, we kind of come on here with just the basic bare bones information and then kind of go back and forth with you guys to kind of elaborate on things. So we appreciate everything you guys do. There's like 20 of you guys in here. So hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. And it's a 20-team league. We only have 3 spots open, guys. So if there's 20 of you guys in here.
Sign up now before they're all gone.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. 20 teams. I've never done that. It's for beginners. It's for experts. It's just for fun, no money. And a lot of smack talking.
And guys, I'm not going to lie. When we started this, I'm like, oh my God, a 20-person league. There's no way we're going to get 20 people to sign up. We're going to have like 3 people, and we're going to have to shut it down, and we're all just going to have like every starter on every team. So seriously, guys, thank you so much. You guys
it's going to be fun, guys.
Expectations out of the water.
And in case you guys don't like How About Them Cowboys asked earlier, you can call us MCF. We know what we're talking about. My Cowboys family, you have to write it out the whole time. But MCF works well for us. That's kind of our little nickname for it anyways.
But yeah, real quick, just
go ahead. Here's some questions. Space Cowboy.
The first one is, how are we watching tomorrow's game? So we are watching it through.
Who said that?
How About Them Cowboys?
How About Them Cowboys? We're watching the game through some kind of streaming, hopefully through Cody. We're still trying to see if we can get the stream going. I know the NFL Network's going to play the game in its entirety at midnight Eastern time. So, I mean, we're not going to wait that long because that's just impossible for us, but also, like, we already know what happened. We already know the information. We want to get the true reactions and comments. We'll find a streaming site that's probably going to have the game on from, like, local Dallas channel. So unless you live in Dallas or you live in Oakland, you're probably not seeing this game. So, you can definitely watch it with us, guys, because we're going to watch it one way or the other. We're going to get that game. Trust me.
Yeah, we got to move. So, Richard, how you doing today? He said, is our defense looking good in practice? We'll get to that in just a second. Let me see, because I know I saw one other.
Well, I will say one thing real quick about our defense. Our defense is looking decent. I mean, definitely not bad, but I will say that something I heard for the upcoming game tomorrow night is that we're going to be blitzing a lot more on our defense, which will be exciting to see, because I think that with the blitzing, if you could put pressure on the quarterback, it's going to create an easier time for our defensive backs, our corners, and our safeties, and that's where we need the most help with.
We know that this is one of the biggest points in our defense where the Cowboys have struggled the most in the last few years, and we see the difference in how a great, getting pressure on the quarterback it changes the whole play. So if we can push the Cowboys to do that, get some more practice, especially against a team like the Raiders, I'm really excited to see what our Cowboys can do. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see. But our defense is going to look like they're going to be blitzing. They looked very aggressive the last 3 weeks, so I don't think anything's changing except we're going to get more aggressive, which is good news for the future, I think. And again, guys, speaking of our defense, Sean Lee will be making his first appearance in the preseason, and we know he's going to be a starter. We know he's going to start week 1, but this is the first time he's actually going to be on the field.
Exactly.
So keep an eye on him. And of course, Zeke as well, as you all know, he's going to be playing tomorrow, probably between 10 to 14 snaps or so. Jaylon Smith is going to be back out there again, guys. He's going to get at least, they're saying that he's going to get probably double the snaps that he had against the Colts last week. So that's a good sign. We're going to see him out there hitting, You know,
exactly. Just getting in there, getting physical, and just playing more. I mean, he did very well when we saw him this week. It's exciting to see him play more.
And then he's also been said that Jerry Jones said that he's going to expect them to see him on the 53-man roster, meaning he's not going to go on some kind of injured list or some kind of PUP list. He's going to go right into the 53-man roster. And even he said he looked for him to be on the active roster. So he's not going to be on the team on the 53. He's also going to be playing a lot. Now, he won't start, guys. Don't get your hopes high. But they're going to use him in a rotational situation on certain kind of formations, and certain kind of down and distance situations. You're going to see Jaylon Smith in the game against the Giants.
I'm so
that was
sorry.
loud.
I just read Mr. Red's comment. Guys, I'm sorry. You guys are cracking me up. You're Jose and Maria.
That's funny. That's good.
So,
Jose and
I
Maria.
think you guys are actually saying Dallas, Oakland is a Super Bowl preview. Guys, that's not bad.
Yeah, I mean that's
really
a lot of people are saying that the Cowboys and the Raiders are kind of similar in a way because they're kind of younger and they kind of have different strengths.
But just the energies that both teams have. I mean, honestly, the Raiders were on a big hot streak. If it wasn't until that car injury, I mean, who knows how far they would have gotten. So there's no say. And I honestly think that had it been them against the Patriots, they might have beaten them.
Yeah, we'll see. I think we could beat the Patriots. Now, Space Cowboy, we need more time for our defense to develop. I agree 100%. And if you stay Space Cowboy, you look kind of like a new person on here. If you need to go back into one of our older videos, you'll hear us talk all about the fact that it's going to be a process. By mid-season, I think our defense is going to be really a lot better. You probably reach its pinnacle then, and from there, hopefully we can see how that pans out for the rest of the end of the season and the playoffs.
Yeah, usually around that time is when we unfortunately start to suffer more injury issues about midway through the season, just because again everyone's been playing for. I'm
confused at what you're saying.
Just because I feel like as they play more games, there's just more chances of people getting injured, and I feel like for some reason all the injuries to us.
Now, see, here's the thing: the injuries right now happened to us already. That's the thing you missed. And again, here's the thing: by mid-season. By mid-season, these rookies that are injured right now, these rookies that are like Jordan Lewis might be put on an injury list to start the season. I've even heard Rico Gathers, he's not going to be cut, but he has concussion. He's still out of practice, and I don't know when he's going to be back. The thing is that if Rico's out there and he's going to make the 53-man roster, he might be on some kind of injured list. Same thing with Jordan Lewis, guys. They already said don't expect to see him even against Houston next week. It's going to be a stretch to see Jordan Lewis play. That's already been stated by a lot of Cowboy people, in the higher ups in the management, the coaches, the Jerry Jones. They've all said don't even expect Jordan Lewis to really play. It'll be a big time stretch if he plays next week. Now, for tomorrow, we're not going to see Switzer. Ryan Switzer's not playing. Chidobe Awuzie is not playing. But expect both those guys, if there's no setbacks and there's no injuries or re-aggravations, expect them to see them next week against Houston, at least for a limited amount of time, and maybe Switzer doing some returns and maybe working with Cooper Rush. Probably with the second team, which will probably be playing the whole time next week against Houston. The entire second team, meaning Cooper Rush and Moore probably switching in and out. And, and some people like Bryce Butler will be in there starting, and Switzer will be starting. We'll see. But I think they're looking to move him at punt returns at least for next week.
So, real quick.
Hit some questions for us.
Just because I know, Hollywood, you asked earlier. We actually just picked up Madden 18 today. We will be playing later tonight. The gamer tag is in the description down below. It is purple_football7. He will be playing.
And probably streaming. I'll probably be streaming too, guys. So if you guys want to get a game, we can stream it on here, and we could just, it's gonna go on this channel. So it'll be kind of fun, and I'll be able to also chat with you guys through my headset. It won't be a video, but it'll be the video of the game. So
Cowboys abroad, I was a little surprised by that as well. I figured that since Switzer was practicing this week, we'd probably see him this game, but I think they're being extra cautious. Again, it's preseason. Why push him, I guess? But either way, I guess we'll see. And then how about them Cowboys? Question is, will the Houston game be in Dallas or not? So the VP, Stephen Jones, actually did make a statement saying that because of Hurricane Harvey, if needed, AT&T Stadium would be made available for that Thursday night game, obviously. So
yeah, it would be moved over to Dallas, depending on how bad this hurricane is. Right now, it's raised to Category 4. So, guys, it looks pretty bad, and it's supposed to. Yeah, be careful, stay safe, and we hope that you guys, you guys stay safe, hunker down, whatever. Yeah.
Fiance will be watching Madden 18. I am a gamer, but
not football.
Yeah, I'm exclusively Pokemon, Zelda, Mario.
Not my thing.
All the good things. Anyway.
She's a real gamer. I'm not, guys. But I wanted to say something about Cowboys abroad. You said there's an NFL Game Pass that Game Pass for preseason. And, I was looking for that. Did it just start this week? Is it starting up this week? And please answer me if you get this.
Joe Martinez how you doing? Thanks for joining
Hey,
us.
what's up? And what's up, Rodums PM?
So Space Cowboy will definitely watch out for any glitches playing. Obviously, the game just came out, so especially with the online stuff, it's usually always a little wonky. But, you know, we just want to have fun and play the game. And, you know, I just like watching it and watching, like, how realistic it is and how much it feels like I'm watching almost a real football game. And it's just him, you know, doing what he wishes Garrett would do.
Now, guys, yeah, as far as hurricanes, I mean, we live in Florida, so we know about hurricanes a lot. I've been through them all here. So, yeah, I mean, we know it's a serious thing. So, guys, just be careful. Anybody who's near the Houston or Dallas area, even. The hurricane's supposed to come out and then wrap back around and hit Houston or that Texas area again. So, it's not over even after it passes. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's why it's a good possibility that this game, the Cowboys at Houston, is going to probably move to Houston at Dallas. So expect that for Thursday. Yeah, now let me see here.
Dallas Cowboys for life. How you doing today? Thanks for joining us. So any of you guys that are new,
Colts 16-0. What?
Thank you so much for joining us. We've covered the Ezekiel Elliott news and updates. Dak's comments on how much better he's looking this year.
The Odell Beckham injury.
Odell Beckham injury and his laser treatment to try to get healed faster.
Also, we discussed. I'm going to run through it real quick. We discussed Jaylon Smith playing more, double the snaps he did last week against the Colts. He's going to play double that this week against the Raiders. So that's awesome. We're going to see Zeke out there playing 8 to 12 or 14 snaps, so that's going to be good. We're going to see Sean Lee out there playing for the first time this preseason, which is, of course, very good as well. Switzer will not be out there. It's like a 98% chance there's a slight chance he might be out there. Don't expect him, guys. He's not going to be out there. Same thing with Cheeto. He's out. Same thing with Jordan Lewis. He's even worse off. He's out. And, you know, Keith Smith, our fullback's going to be out. Rico Galler's going to be out. Tapper's going to probably be out with his neck injury. A couple other guys will also be out, like Leon McFadden, who's fighting for a spot. He's going to lose it because he's not out there enough. Marquez White will be out there battling Duke Thomas on defense for one of those last cornerback spots. It's going to be an interesting matchup. I think Duke Thomas has the inside track right now.
I agree.
Yeah, and then, of course, the big battle, guys, that number 2 quarterback. Tomorrow, we're going to see a lot of that tomorrow. We're going to see a lot of Cooper Rush, guys. I'm not sure who's going to take the second-string snaps, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Cooper Rush back there tomorrow. After Dak comes out, we see Cooper Rush come in. Or, you know, maybe Moore comes in for one series and Cooper Rush comes in for a series, and maybe Moore comes back. I don't know yet. It'll be interesting to see. Nobody's really spoken about that, about what their plan is for tomorrow, whether we're going to use Cooper Rush and Moore as the backups.
Obviously.
And also we have Luke McCown, but he's still kind of injured, and we were looking to him to become like the veteran, you know, inspiration guy for Dak, but
Rush just came and took it. So Steve,
he took it from Moore.
Joining us tonight. Let's go through a few of these.
What's up, Shallow? How you doing?
Real quick, Mr. Wright says Zelda is what's up. Ocarina of Time is the best game ever. I will actually go out on a limb here, and I will say Wind Waker was better, but that's a personal choice.
I don't even know. It's like another language, guys.
Anyway, other than that, Joe Martinez says everyone just needs to trust the training staff, have patience. The rookies will be fine. Do you know it was a year ago? Cliff Averill, and Tony Romo happened. Yep, a year ago today, our Super Bowl went down the drain.
Not really. Actually gave us a new line. I don't think we would have been 13-3 last year.
Maybe we might have lost, and I know it sounds dumb to say Super Bowl because honestly, I still don't think the Cowboys would have made it to a Super Bowl. If it wasn't in preseason, it was going to be in the regular season. Tony Romo was going to break eventually, unfortunately. And I feel bad saying that because no one more than this guy here and me here wanted to see Tony Romo get a Super Bowl. But he couldn't physically handle it and get there. The best thing that could have happened is that Dak was able to take over as soon as he could and just learn and absorb. And, I mean, honestly, for a new quarterback, you know, a starting quarterback now that's leading our team, what better kind of, you know, trial than by fire, you know? Like, just put him in there and make him, and
which was last year.
He rose to the challenge. Well, my point is, would you rather thrust him in the middle of the season, or would you rather him at least get one or two? I mean, he played a few preseason games.
He played. He played all of them, but the last one, I think.
Exactly. So, you know, either way, the point is that he was at least able to prepare for it, at least a little bit more.
Okay. I'm going to say that DC for life. What's up? I think Dak is going to play till the halftime tomorrow, or close to it. I think most of the other stars will play the halftime, or maybe even some will play after into the third quarter, the beginning. So it's going to be definitely the best game of the preseason for all the teams. Really is tomorrow, the dress rehearsal game. All the guys, like I said, I told you guys who's playing. Good battles. I mean, that Cooper Rush, Moore battle is going to be interesting. I want to say that our defense is supposed to blitz a lot more, be more aggressive. I mentioned that.
Yes. Eagle fan, we possibly will be doing a live stream later tonight. We definitely will be doing Madden 18 live streams at some point. But
I'm gonna try to do it. I'm definitely trying to do it tonight. It won't be till later though, and I'm talking about later. I'm talking about like midnight East Coast time, probably around then is when you can see me jumping on there. And guys, make sure you guys send me a friend request to that to my gamer tag on the PS4. It's listed in the description below. But it's in case you didn't know, it's purple_football7, and just send me a friend request. Let me know who you are from here. And I'll accept the friend request, and then you guys throw on Madden, and we'll get on that later tonight if you guys are still up and around. Either way, whenever I play Madden, I'm gonna probably live stream it a lot of the time. So yeah, if it's one of you guys, we'll do a battle on there. It'd be kind of cool, little smack talking. I'll talk on my headset, and it won't be any video except for the game.
I'll probably be next to him watching.
Yeah, and that'll just be the chat. The chat will be out there too, so we can see you guys what you guys are writing. So you guys will all be involved in this. It'll be kind of cool. Yes, Rotus PM. He is trash. I agree. Moore is trash. Now, Cowboys are brought Game Pass started at the beginning of preseason. You know, I called up DirecTV, and I tried to get it working, and they said it won't come out until like the 28th or something like that, when I can actually get an ID.
So basically, for the last week.
Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, I'm just trying to see if you get any more information. Let me know a phone number I can call so I can get that work. Because I do want to get. I was looking. I have the NFL season pass. The NFL pass. So I don't know why I'm not getting that access yet. Let's see here, Mount Rushmore. Yeah.
Purple Football 7.
Well, my daughter picked that, guys. My daughter picked it. She likes purple. She likes football, and it was gonna be her account. And unfortunately, it became my account. So it's all right. She has another account, a separate one. Wolf Rider, would you live stream today? Yes, I'm going to live stream. Almost 100%. I'm going to be live streaming Madden. I just want to give it a try. I tried a little earlier with Game of Thrones just to see if it would work, and it did. So I just kind of tested it for a second.
If any of you guys happen to hop on that stream for like a minute or two, definitely thank you for hopping on that stream. But this time we'll actually be playing, and we'll actually be playing Madden 18. So Eagle fan, definitely make sure to add the gamer tag, send a friend request, and send a message, guys. Let us know if your gamer tag's different than your name there. Just let us know who you are if you want to know. We'll obviously give you a shout out, especially if you're going to be on the YouTube channel and playing against him and all that.
These streams are going to go right up on here, guys. So you can see yourself playing myself. You'll see us playing each other with all the talking and stuff, and my comments to the chats as well.
McCown is rated a 69 and Moore is 67 in Madden 18.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah. I believe that.
So New York Giant NYG for life wants to know when we became Cowboy fans. So
go ahead, baby. You start.
So I never cared about football either way too much. I just always knew I hated the Eagles. That I can say for sure. But I met him. He loved the Cowboys. I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. But the more time I spent around football and started learning it, the more I liked it. And then it just kind of grew from there, to the point where, like, by last year, I was like, oh, my God, like, checking Twitter and checking all the news sites and like, listening to the Cowboys shows daily. And, and now we're to the point where we're doing this. So, it just very quickly became a passion for me when I actually took the time to start learning and understanding football, but really just the Cowboys.
And guys, for me, I mean, it's on our like our trailer page or whatever, our trailer video. You can see the history of how it all came to be. My daughter, of course, brainwashed by myself. My mother was a Cowboy fan when Roger Staubach was around. But again, guys, I didn't even like the Cowboys because of her. My dad was a huge Giants fan since the 1930s and 40s. I mean, it goes way back. But I'm a Cowboy fan. I can't explain why, other than cheerleaders. The cheerleaders and the star. That star right there above me. I mean, that color scheme. I don't know. It's something when I was a little kid. I fell in love with it. I was 4 or 5 years old, and the cheerleaders, and and just they hooked me. And again, remember, guys, back then in the 80s, there was no like Game Pass or anything like that. There was just the Giants every week on TV, and the Giants always played the Cowboys twice a year. So I got to see the Cowboys, other than the Giants, were the next most team I got to see. So, guys, I've been a fan since Danny White, Tony Dorsett, Randy White, Ed Tuttle Jones, Jim Jeffcoat in the 80s. And then when we had Tom Landry. We were 3-13 with Landry. Then Jerry Jones bought the team, proceeded to fire Tom Landry in a very abrupt fashion, hired Jimmy Johnson, and drafted Troy Aikman and Steve Walsh, and we were 1-15, guys. I was there. I suffered through every single freaking game. So you can't ever say I'm a bandwagon here with me, because I've suffered through all that. And then the next year we were 7-9, missed the playoffs by 1 game. And then after that we lost to the Lions in the playoffs. Yeah. And after that, Super Bowl, baby. So 3 out of 4 years.
How you doing today? Let's see. So, Mr. Wright, if we weren't Cowboy fans, who would you root for in the NFL? For me, it's the Raiders. What about you and why? So,
I have no, I wouldn't, I don't know, I can't even answer that. Anybody?
Yeah, no, I have no problems answering this because I'd said this before. I half-assedly rooted for the Steelers for the most part. I did grow up in Pennsylvania, and I just always hated the Eagles. I never really liked the Steelers either, but I didn't mind cheering them on. But honestly, at the end of the day, I do respect what they've done, what they brought to the game, even if Big Ben is a little, touchy-feely, too muchy. But
okay, on that note, Sixers JT, what's up? Let me just look through here real quick. I saw a couple of good comments here, but first of all, I want to say someone said about standing out for this game. I saw that earlier. I think there's going to be in our team. I mean, as far as standing out, I think you're going to see Noah Brown stand out in this game. I think again he's been doing great the whole season. Look for Noah Brown. Again, on our starting defensive line, I think you're going to see Stephen Paya. I love him, number 55. I'm always going to talk about him till he proves me wrong and different. But every time I've seen him, he's done fantastic.
I hate to sound like a broken record, but honestly, Jaylon Smith. I mean, there's a reason they're putting him out there. I expect him to. I mean, honestly, just the length of time he's going to be out there, I just expect him to have, his big play, the big kind of redemption, like, I got him. I'm back in it, baby. So get that swipe. Something a little more exciting than just the one tackle we did see him do, which it was great. He's looking great out there. But I'm excited to see a little bit more from him, a little more fierceness. So definitely keep your eyes on that. That's going to be my standout player.
And then, guys, the other guy I'm looking forward to seeing are Cooper Rush.
That's right.
I want to see what happens there.
The battle of the quarterbacks. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's the main thing right now, guys. Of course, Zeke. I think he's not going to stand out, but we obviously want to see him play. And our cornerbacks, our safeties, Byron Jones, I think he's going to be somebody to keep an eye on this entire season. But also, again, we're not going to get many rookies out there, guys. So another matchup, like I said, Duke Thomas versus this is a lesser thing, but Duke Thomas versus Marquez White. That's going to be an interesting matchup. I don't think Xavier Woods is playing, so we're not going to be able to see any challenges to Heath. Kevon Frazier might try to challenge Heath. I know that's number 35, so keep an eye on him. Well, I mean, they've been saying that there was no gaining on Heath because Xavier Woods is out, and Kevon Frazier didn't really do that great last week. He did kind of average, so there's nobody gained ground on Heath.
Yeah, we're just kind of keeping Heath because no one better has kind of come along. So
basically,
hopefully Xavier Woods can stay healthy, continue to develop, and if not this season, maybe next year.
Yeah. How about them Cowboys? The trailer video. It's actually well, I guess for New Year's is right up front.
Video.
It's an introduction. It's probably one of the older ones, if not the oldest one on our channel here. So you just got to scroll back 50 days. Yeah, so we did it almost every day, guys. So.
Other than Kellen Moore, who is still on our bubble.
A lot of guys.
Guys, it's really hard to predict right now, but we will say this. After this game, we will be giving you guys a much more clear picture of who we think is definitely going to stay on the 53, who we think is on the bubble, who we think is going to be gone, and who might end up on our practice squad. So, but we honestly, at this point, until we see a few more players play, nothing much has changed from what we've said before.
And a lot of things, guys, you got to remember something very important. Remember, we picked 53 guys right now. You got to take Zeke out. You got to take Montre Moore out. You got to take Irving out. You got to take, probably Damian Wilson, Carroll. You got to take these guys out. You know why? Because they're all suspended. So you're going to have 5 or 6 spaces open now. You're going to be able to stick somebody on there like Noah Brown, like Duke Thomas or Marquez White. Or, again, if we put someone like, for instance, Jordan Lewis on the IR for the first half of the season, that's going to also then open another spot up. So, guys, there's going to be like 6 or 7 spots at least opening up. I think we're going to keep all 4 tight ends, definitely Rico and, of course, Witten. Yeah. And I'm definitely thinking we're going to keep Hannah and Swaim. But, again, guys, it's another matchup you might want to see just to see how they do tomorrow, at the tight end, at the blocking tight end, and if they can also be more versatile and who can catch better as well. Hannah didn't look that good. Swaim looked a little better. I think they're going to keep both of them because we're a run-first offense, and we need 3 or 4 tight ends, 3 tight ends at most, and those are the 3 guys. It won't be Rico. So.
And then Dallas Cowboys for Life wants to know if Ryan Switzer is going to play. So they said he is probably not going to play. Honestly,
he's not playing. He's not playing tomorrow, guys. Just if there's a miracle and he somehow jumps out there and he feels great and the Cowboys give him the go, that's the only time you'll see. But I've heard everything. He's not playing tomorrow. So, neither is Jordan Lewis. Neither is Cheeto. Neither is Keith Smith, our fullback. Tyrone Crawford's not playing. Tapper's not playing. We're missing still a good handful of guys, but everybody else should be out there playing. I think Durant's going to play. He's going to be seeing we're going to see him for the first time tomorrow. Number 52. He's just started practicing this week. it was just a precautionary thing because he's an older guy. I just want to keep him fresh and healthy. But hopefully, I get to see him play tomorrow, some linebacker, especially with Jaylon Smith probably out there too as a linebacker. Both of them are playing side by side with probably like Kyle Wilbur out there or Damian Wilson.
Yeah, so I see a few guys just mentioning you're from Texas. I just hope you guys are safe, are out of Harvey's way, and if not, guys, stay safe, bunker down, do what you got to do. Run to the Cowboys stadium.
Yeah, I see everybody putting out the ratings. I can't wait to see it. I will. Yeah,
so guys,
I will keep up on that.
Yeah, so give us a little bit of time, but we definitely will be on later tonight. So stay tuned, and tomorrow we'll definitely be on as well, either before or after the game, possibly. I mean, it's the weekend, so we get to stay up late. Yes, guys. So we'll definitely be on later. The gamer tag is in the description down below if you haven't already seen it.
Yeah, I don't know if they got that last part. Gamer tag is below, guys. If you're on here right now, you haven't yet, give us a like, subscribe if you haven't yet. And join our 20-team fantasy league. There's only 3 spots open, if that. And like my fiance just said, my gamer tag is purple_football7 for PlayStation 4. And I'll see you on Madden later tonight, guys. But back to our information here. I think we have a couple more things to discuss.
Well, Mr. Wright has one last question. Do you think
go ahead.
Suspensions will help
Mr. Wright's talking. I'm sorry, just make sure.
It's all right. So do you think those suspensions will help us a better team put a better team overall in the field for the season?
Good question.
Honestly, I want to say no, just because at the end of the day, whenever you're missing a key part of your machine, which honestly, our offense, our defense, they're machines. Our offense is one heck of a machine. And when they're missing their key player, that's going to affect them in a major way. It forces other players to step up, which is good for them. But at the end of the day, the entire team suffers when you don't have the best of the best out there. And right now, we have some players that have been playing at the top of their game. Ezekiel Elliott, and honestly, David Irving has looked much better this year than I've ever seen him before. And it's very disappointing to know he's going to be missing those 4 games. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be worse.
I just saw Eagle fan site, Julian Edelman, torn ACL. Wow.
Yeah, that I saw.
Yeah, that's not, I was looking at.
And who was it from Kansas City, guys? Help me out here. Someone from Kansas City.
Not Tyreek.
No, not Tyreek. Someone else was also injured. It's on. I'm gonna have to look this up.
I'm gonna actually go the other way on what you just said about what was the question again? Oh, about Mr. Wright's question about do you think suspension will help us get a better team? I do think we'll be actually better, but not in the beginning of the season. I think it's gonna take us more time to get kind of all the working parts working together. And I do think that the thing is, it's going to give our backup guys, our depth guys, the guys that are not going to be starting as much or playing as much when DeMontre Moore, when Irving comes back and Moore comes back and Carroll comes back. Even though they're not great superstar players, they're going to definitely be taking up more snaps for the rest of the guys. Like Taco's going to see less time. I mean, you might see, a little bit less of some other guys as well, especially on the defensive line. And again, guys, there are going to be other injuries and other issues that come out throughout the season. We're going to need these 8 or 9 guys on the defensive front to rotate in and out and to pick up the slack. So I do think that it's going to keep our guys a little healthier though for the entire season rather than going full blast from game 1. If we have full blast game 8 and we still hanging in there with a 5-3 or 6-2 record, I think that we're going to be fantastic, even better than the first half of the season and better than most every team out there.
Spencer Ware, thank you so much. How about them Cowboys? That's who
the running back.
Spencer Ware was injured on Kansas City. Again, I'm not really sure what the injury is. I just know that it looked nasty, and I heard about Edelman at the same time. And again, I heard it was bad, but too many details still weren't out at the time yet. So
Madden Curse is still waiting for Brady, I guess. He's the one on the cover.
No. This is how the Madden Curse starts. First, it takes out everyone you know and love. Just kidding.
Well, we don't want to see injuries.
Seriously. Again, obviously, we were wishing Edelman, a speedy recovery. I hope he's okay. But obviously, I don't want to see the Patriots win any Super Bowls.
Now, Cowboys abroad, I disagree. Actually, one of the few times I disagree with you, Cowboys abroad. If all our and I'm talking about suspended players, I'm talking about Zeke and again Irving, for instance, him. I'm trying to think of a couple other guys.
He thinks we would. He's saying, would we still make the playoffs? Personally,
oh no, I don't think.
Super Bowl run. I think we would make the playoffs. I don't think we would win any games.
I think that for a whole season with the McFadden as our running back, a full-time running back, I think it's. And again, I think that if you take away the other guys that we just mentioned on defense that are suspended, I think that it's going to be very difficult with our schedule.
I know, but we we might be like a wild card or something.
It's gonna be hard to be a wild card in the NFC East when the best record is probably gonna be 11 wins. So if you unless both teams are 11 wins.
But remember, everybody else in the NFC East is facing just as tough a schedule.
But we're tough too. Our division is tough, and we're playing a tough schedule. But who's saying that we're not going to win our games?
There's a lot of unpredictable things that happen within a season. So I'm looking at this in the bigger picture. They're going to suffer suspensions and injuries the same way we're going to suffer other things too. I still see us squeaking by into the playoffs, but I don't see us making it to the Super Bowl. Not without Zeke. We're not making the Super Bowl without Zeke.
Super Bowl. I mean, we're gonna need Zeke out there, guys. Let's be real about that. And again, for the whole season, I'm not saying for 4 games or 6 games or 8 games. We can get through it without Zeke, but we're gonna need Zeke to make that true. I think a true playoff run. We're gonna need Zeke back, and to make a serious Super Bowl run, we're gonna need Zeke in there. So, and again, we're gonna have him back. At worst, it's gonna be week 8. I think we get him back after a week after our bye. So that's why it goes an extra week, because we have him out week 7. Because week 6 is the bye. Out week 7, he'll be back. That's the worst case scenario. And then by then, we'll have all our guys back. We'll have all the 2-game suspension guys back. We'll have all the 4-game suspension guys back. It just depends on what Carroll gets when he gets his suspension, if he gets one for the DUI, and when Damian Wilson gets his suspension for the assault, vehicular, whatever he tried to do, to run a woman over and pick a gun on a guy. So these things will kind of fix themselves as the season goes on. But I think it's more important for our rookies. And these are the guys, our defensive backfield, not Switzer as much, but our defensive backfield, our rookies back there, they need to develop this season. And that's why I'm saying by the middle of the year, with those 3 guys, and I'm saying Chidobe, I'm saying Jordan Lewis, and I'm saying Xavier Woods, and also Jaylon Smith playing more full-time by the time the middle of the season comes around, that's when we're going to be putting it together on defense, guys. Our offense, someone mentioned we have no deficiencies. That's very true. I think Jonathan Cooper is feeling in really good right now, even though I'm hearing they try and test Chaz Green.
But you know what?
Chaz Green's not reliable.
He's not. Okay, let me start over. They can test him, they can push him, but he's still made of glass. I think it would be a mistake for the Cowboys to start him, even if he plays a little bit better, because I feel like he'll just end up injured and a liability again. I feel
guys,
like he serves better.
He cannot be counted on to start. That's the key here. He might get in 2 games and then get hurt. Now he can start for Tyron Smith a week here and maybe a couple weeks later, a week there. I think that's why they're working Chaz Green as the left tackle.
Exactly. So in that way, absolutely. That's how I want to use him. I think that's how he would be very effective.
And guys, Tyron Smith's going to have a bad back this entire year. Nothing's going to change. He's going to have a couple games. It's going to be a close call about him making it or missing it. When you consider that, we really need a secure guy who's going to protect Dak's blind side.
And we need that guy to stay healthy as well.
Well, yeah, but again, Tyron Smith is a solid monster. And even though he's not going to be healthy, he's doing everything he can do to go out there and play. We know he's the best, probably one of the best in history as a tackle. But when he's out, what do? I mean, we are in trouble. If we have Emmett Cleary out there, or if we have a Bell or Cooper out there, it can't happen. So we have to have someone like Chaz Green, who we know can play that side and be ready to go without having to worry if he's going to get injured at our left guard spot. And then we have that hole open. Now we're screwed. Yeah. So Jonathan Cooper is looking to at least match Green. The only difference is he's been out there more. He's been out there longer than Chaz Green this season. And, he's not injury-prone yet like Chaz Green is. Exactly. So Chaz Green being injury-prone, being a backup to our Tyron Smith tackle, I think, or Lyle Collins, he can play both sides. If anything happens to either of them, it might be a better off to keep him and save him for a backup. But, again, our offense is very few. That's our biggest deficiency, guys, on offense. And, again, even a running back without Zeke, we're still not deficient. We have very good running backs back there. Even we kind of probably keep Morris if we don't trade him. We're going to need these guys for the regular season. So I think we're set. I think by the middle of the season, you're going to see us really start to excel. And that's when we really reach the meat of the schedule, the difficulty of the schedule, and things are really going to hit the fan then. Hopefully by then we'll have everything running full throttle, and we can really upset the Kansas City Chiefs, the Falcons, and our division rivals, and so on and so forth to end the season, which we're ending the season against the Oakland Raiders and against the Seattle Seahawks. And
guys, just
it's going to be
remember
tough.
How hot Brady came back when he came back from that suspension. Holy crap.
Yeah, but guys, unfortunately, Zeke doesn't have the maturity yet like Tom Brady.
No,
Zeke doesn't have also playing court. Yeah, he has the fire. He'll have the fire, but it's different when you're running back. When you're quarterback, you're controlling everything. So it's a different kind of position to try to come back and make a big impact. But he will make an impact, guys. He's gonna be running like a tank out there. So look for a fast tank. As Dak said, he's a lot faster in training camp this season than last, and that was just said today. So that's a good sign to hear. When Zeke comes back, he's going to be faster, stronger, and angrier. So get ready for that. It's going to be awesome.
So, Mr. Wright, I don't root for injuries either, but Brady is 94 years old playing a young man's league, and he's declining in skill. I don't see the Pats in the Super Bowl. So the thing is that Tom Brady has what a lot of other teams are lacking, which is a great support around him. I mean, he has, he's surrounded by good play. They have a solid offense. They have a solid defense. So, again, they have a lot of pieces that they can make work and fit. I'm not saying they're all perfect, but they're all pretty good. And, it's a very well-balanced team, and that helps him out a lot because where he might fail occasionally, and the thing is that he makes very smart, or Belichick combined, both of them, they make very smart decisions, and that's a big part of their success. So, guys, don't doubt that at all because we've seen the Cowboys. We're winning. We're doing great. And one dumb coaching mistake completely just, there's the game. There we go. We're all crying. We're all wishing Garrett was fired. We know that story. So, Cowboys abroad. Cooper starts at left guard.
Yeah, that, actually.
And Richard, he's the Morris Claiborne of the offense line. So, yeah, he is. And that's the thing. We
always hurt.
On him to stay healthy.
I want to say Cowboys abroad. Cooper starts at left guard. I agree 100%.
For a second, I thought it was Cooper Rush, and I'm like, sorry.
He did say something earlier, though, and I can't remember what he said earlier. Oh, about the Game Pass. At Cowboys abroad, I just want to say, I knew about the Game Pass, about that 35-minute thing where they just play the game, just like play after play after play immediately after each other. That's really cool. The thing is that I want to see it live. I want to see it with the reactions so that we can be talking to you guys, and you guys throwing back some information for us, so you guys think about the game if you can see it. But we like to get the reactions as it's going on, as we're seeing it, especially tomorrow with all our starters playing probably the whole half. We're going to be into this thing like almost like it's a regular season game. It's as real as you can get before the first week.
That sounds silly, but we definitely don't want to miss any moments of it. So we are going to do our best, obviously, to watch the entire game. And honestly, this is one of the most important preseason games in the sense that this is going to give us a very definitive look at who we really think is going to end up on our roster possibly because this is the last game we're going to be seeing. Well, for the most part.
Well, we're gonna the guys on the start. Well, we know who's gonna make the roster as far as the starters are concerned. It's more of the positioning where this guy's gonna start or he's gonna be a backup, and then it's also gonna be a lot of other things going on. For instance, second half of the game in the fourth quarter, you'll see some other backups the guys out on the bubble will be playing. But next week's game is very important too, not for the starters but for the depth, and that's why next week's game is important. It's not you're talking about the last 10 guys in our squad. That's what we're looking for in the next week against Houston. This week we're looking about the starters and where they're going to fit in, who's starting and who's not. Do I think Taco gets a sack tomorrow? Cowboys abroad and Mr. Right, 3 times Taco. No. I do not think he's going to get a sack tomorrow because the Raiders are going to have all their guys out there. They're going to have all their stars out there. Taco has played against second stringers, guys. So you got to keep that in mind. I mean, if I had to bet on it, I'd say no.
So Taco's starting with the first team tomorrow?
No. The starting team tomorrow for the Cow, and again, it's rotational, so that's why you will see Taco in there against some of the starters.
No, but that's what I was
right,
say.
But he's not a starter.
He might get a sack maybe against the second stringer.
Right, if he plays into the third and fourth, he might get a sack, but not in the first and second because you're going to see number 90, DeMarcus Lawrence on the left end. You're going to see on the right end, number 93, Benson Mayowa. You're going to see in the tackles positions, Malik Collins, number 96, and you're going to see number 55, my man, Stephen Paya. Tomorrow, that's our front line, guys, and I think we're actually going to be better than last year. We were ranked number 1 in the run, against the run. We're going to be better this year than last year, I think. Okay, and you're going to have Irving coming in. You're going to have Taco being able to play sometimes at the defensive tackle spot. You're going to have Tyrone Crawford eventually coming in. You're going to have Demontre Moore coming in. You're going to have Charles Tapper when he's not injured coming in. You're going to have a lot of guys coming in. They're rotating around. So it's gonna be fun to watch them play this year on the defensive front. I'm excited to see how they do because their success will determine how good our defensive backfield success is going to be and our coverage is going to be. It's like last year. We know that Claiborne and Carr were really helped by the fact that we had a great game plan by Marinelli, and even though we didn't get pressure as much, and we didn't get many sacks, we had quarterbacks running back there. We had them guessing, and the fact that we control the ball on offense is what really put their defense, our opponent's defenses, our opponent's offenses in a one-dimensional scheme, pass only. So it helps our defensive backfield if we can control the ball on offense, and our defensive line can just get a little bit more pressure than last year. I think we're going to be better than last year, guys. Yeah, Paya looks fantastic. Every time he gets in, he's the quickest first step on that line, guys.
Honestly, he's one of those guys where maybe the first time you watch the play, you might not see him do it, but when you go back and you watch him get in there and you watch the moves he makes and you just see the quarterback just
and the way he's
scrambling.
He disrupts the pocket, guys. He disrupts the pocket. He disrupts runs.
He forces the quarterback to take, move, like you said, just disrupts the pocket, just moving backwards. He's a great guy and
he's a surprise, guys.
Yes,
and he's a surprise. He was going to be just a camp body, really. He ended up being, one of Marinelli's guys. He was one of Marinelli's guys in Chicago some years ago when he was drafted by Chicago, I think. And Marinelli had him there when he was coaching the defense in Chicago. So get ready to see Paya, in there a lot. Of course, it's rotational guys, so he's going to come out and maybe Cedric Thompson will come in or Crawford will come in, but. I mean, he's going to be, I think, one of these guys. It's going to be very vital for him to play well in that, and not just for the stopping the run, but also getting some pressure and disrupting the pocket for the quarterbacks as well. We shall see, though, guys. A long way to go before we only saw him in one game so far this year in a lot of training camp. Benson Mayowa, I'm telling you guys, that guy, I like him. I think he's going to come through this year. The second half of the year,
What was it that you said? Was it Travis Frederick that made a comment about Mayowa?
No, it wasn't about him. It was about Malik Collins.
Oh,
Frederick made a comment about Malik Collins that he's looking like he could be a Pro Bowler, one of the best nose tackle guys. It's a football terms. I'm not going to bog you guys down with that, but basically the position he's playing is going to be over the center. When he does that, Malik Collins really causes a lot of trouble. And even with Travis Frederick, who's one of the best centers, if not the best center in the league, and he's having trouble with Malik Collins as well. So, guys, it's a good sign that our defensive front's giving our Pro Bowl superstar best offensive line in the league a lot of trouble.
Whatever it is, whatever the energy is, we saw it last year, the way that the team somehow managed to take the devastation of Tony Romo's injury and turn it into such a successful season. I mean, their attitude has a lot to do with that. I feel that same energy. I felt a little bit go away with the Zeke appeal, but right now with the whole Zeke thing, I'm feeling a lot more anger and frustration.
It's a me against the world kind of attitude.
Yeah, but right now I'm not seeing it necessarily in a bad way because so far the facts are obviously in Zeke's favor. So I'm pretty confident that even if it goes all the way to court, that he will win.
We're hoping, but you know what? You know what? Who lost last when he took it to court and he had to stay? Tom Brady got the stay, which is very rare in the first place. That's why it's hard for Zeke to get this, even to go to court and have the stay put in so he can play the season. That's going to be really hard, but. If he gets everything seems that at the very least he should at least get that, and then the courts will review everything to see if he was treated fairly. That's going to take a year, so he'll play the whole season if they put the stay in. If they don't, and again that's the thing, like last year or 2 years ago when Brady got the injunction from the courts, he was able to play, but then when they ruled no everything was okay, then then the 4-game suspension was applied last year. So even though he didn't get suspended 2 years ago, he got suspended last year, and then he went to the Super Bowl. Now, let's assume the same thing happens. I mean, Zeke won't be suspended, but he'll probably be suspended next year. The probability, we hope he's not even, if this review is over quicker, he might be suspended for the playoffs. That'd be the worst thing that could happen to us. So, guys, there's a lot of things still to be seen with the Zeke thing, but, no matter what, guys, I think that our team with our running back squad that we have in there, I think we're ready to go without Zeke for at least 4 games. So I think we'll be fine. I did want to say something about a couple of guys. I didn't want to pass this through. Some lesser known guys. A quick update, guys. John Lutulelli, if you guys know who that is, he's a linebacker, and wide receiver Corey Washington. Both these guys who were probably not going to make the team, they got cut today, officially cut. So we let them go. We picked up linebacker Lamar Lewis and wide receiver Carroll Hamilton. Just giving you guys an update. I don't really know many of these guys. You guys are more college affiliated and know these guys. You might want to give a little opinion on there. Another guy who is on our team, number 53, Mark Nasacha, who I was predicting would be our bubble player. That last linebacker might make it.
Yeah,
I'm starting to.
Still on that bubble, and definitely on the wrong side of that bubble.
Yeah, he's been the coaching staff saying he's been struggling. We saw him get his ankles broken by Witten. We saw him get burned by multiple players over and over again in training camp, and he didn't look great. He's looked okay in the games in preseason, but not anything special. He needs to show something special tomorrow if he wants to try to make this team, and especially against Houston, he'll be one of those guys to watch. Number 53, Mark Nasacha. But yeah, I'm hearing that he's struggling right now, unfortunately, for our linebacking core.
Yeah, so Cowboys Abroad wants to know, is Anthony Brown back from injury? Does he start while Nolan Carroll is suspended?
Okay, so here's the deal, guys, when it comes to our defensive backs. Anthony Brown, thank goodness, has been back this whole week pretty much playing with Sean Lee. They're taking first-team reps and snaps and hitting with pads. That's a good sign. That means Anthony Brown's going to be – I think Anthony Brown is very underrated, guys. He was one of the best cover corners, if not the best, when it came to giving up yards in the second half of the season last year. And he's a rookie last year, 6th-round rookie, not only, So this year, I think you're going to see him more confident. He might hit a little bit of a slump, but he'll be out there starting with Skandrick. And without Nolan Carroll, assuming he's suspended, again, guys, we haven't. He's been to his pretrial case hearing, whatever, but he hasn't really. They haven't really said anything about what the NFL is going to do or what's the next step in his case. So if this continues going at a slow rate, you're gonna probably see him maybe even playing the first week or two. So you might see Carroll out there and that'll be great because that'll give us our rookies times to heal, like Jordan Lewis, like Chidobe, make sure he's 100%. But I guarantee you're gonna see Cheeto out there as well, maybe playing a slot or playing maybe an outside. I'm trying to figure out who's gonna play that side because our left side's covered by Carroll, and that's where we need to have a guy who can really play the left side of our cornerbacking position. Anthony Brown will play probably one side with it'd probably be like Carroll and Skandrick starting, and then when they have a slot or we go to nickel, we'll probably move Skandrick over to the slot and move Anthony Brown as the other cover corner. But without Nolan Carroll there, you probably see like Skandrick and Brown starting, and then when we bring in our next guy, it'll be someone like Cheeto if he's there, or someone even as low as, and I say low because he's kind of on the bubble right now, but we might need Duke Thomas in that first week or like a Marquez White that first week.
Exactly. So, guys, one thing that really does affect the roster, obviously, is our suspensions, our injuries starting the season. All these things are going to be factors, and especially that first week or two because of those, few 1 or 2 game, either injury or suspension people that we're dealing with. We're going to see a lot of movement in players, obviously depending on our roster needs. But Duke Thomas is definitely, I think, like we said, on the right side of the bubble. He's been playing pretty well. It really just depends on what the Cowboys staff is looking at. But like we said, it's hard to make any sort of solid predictions on a lot of these bubble guys, obviously, and that's why they're on the bubble.
Yeah. Now, guys, I want to check with Mr. Wright here. The best right defensive ends on this team are Randy Gregory and Benson Mayowa. Now, Mayowa's going to start number 93, no problem. We know 94, Randy Gregory. Unfortunately, he's only played like 2 games, and he's going to be playing 2 games in 2 years. I mean, this year he's out for the whole year.
Even if he somehow, by some miracle, managed to come back, he's never going to be what he was.
Well, we don't know that. Because again, guys, it's not an injury. It's just marijuana.
I know, but just being out of the loop that long, it just.
I mean, he looked pretty decent last year after being out for 14 games. I will say this though, guys.
1 year is different than 2, though. And
well, I agree, but listen, here's the thing, guys. Don't expect Gregory to really ever play with us ever again. Now, here's the thing I will say though, and this is why he's still on the team, officially on the team, because he's on a special list right now, like an inactive, unable to play this season, whatever, suspended list. The Cowboys still have his rights. And in his contract, because we knew he was one of these kind of players that could fail a drug test, that could have some kind of behavioral issues, in the contract it was written that if he's suspended, he doesn't get paid. But if we cut him, he gets his money. So Jerry Jones is doing the smart thing. He's not going to get us hit against the salary cap. He's not right now. He doesn't have to. It's not going to be a bigger hit on the salary cap if we cut him before his contract's up, which it would cost us on the salary cap.
Kind of similar to the Tony Romo scenario. Obviously, different reasons. But, there was questions of whether or not they were going to trade him or cut him and the date they were going to do it and how that implicated.
Yeah. It's a bit different because, again, it's a contract specialty written into Randy Gregory's contract so that knowing that if he gets suspended, he knows he's not going to get paid. So, guys, I mean, he got paid a little bit in the first season. He was on and off and got injured and he got suspended. Last year, he was gone the whole year except for the last 2 games. He got very little pay. And then this year, he's not getting paid anything. So, guys, what Jerry Jones is doing is smart. And again, guys, think about this. I think we discussed this one time. When the collective bargaining agreement comes back up again, it could be opened next year. We don't know what's going to be with striking and stuff like that. But if something like that occurs and they add in marijuana as being a legal treatment in the NFL, you're going to also see Gregory's situation kind of disappear. Now, he might be grandfathered in to the penalty, but he might now not have to worry about failing a drug test. Just saying, that's something to think about. It could happen. But right now, guys, number 94, which used to be DeMarcus Ware, and he's put a shame to that number, Mr. Randy Gregory. He's still on the team, and you never know what the future could bring. But you can count on one guy out of those. I think of Ronaldo McLean. If you guys remember him, he was on that purple drink or whatever, that syrup. And, he's just completely out of the league. I mean, he's not going to ever play again probably. It's sad. And he was a good linebacker for us, but you know what? We got Jaylon Smith out of it, so can't be really too upset about that. Now, let me see. Any other questions here? Maybe the Cowboys signed a veteran cornerback or veteran defensive end. I was hearing about a guy from the New England Patriots. Ely or something like that is his name. Coney Ely. I heard they're shopping him around, and I'm hearing that the Cowboys are going to wait until the cuts. And guys, that's what I want to mention. The 53-man cut is going to come basically right on September 2nd the day of our draft for the fantasy league.
So guys, definitely we're gonna have a lot to talk about that day. So even though you guys, if you don't join the league or the team, we probably will be streaming it in some form.
We will be streaming. Don't worry.
So definitely join us because we will be drafting and giving you guys all of our thoughts on all the Cowboy moves. Yeah,
but now and the reason I'm mentioning that move is because we're gonna wait to see. The Cowboys are thinking that guy particularly, the defensive end, Coney Ely, I think his name is. Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, Coney Ely.
Trade block, exactly. But you know what? Nobody's going to trade for him, guys, because they're shopping around because there's nobody really out there willing to trade away something. The Cowboys, if they trade anything, it won't be anything higher than a 5th or 6th round pick. So maybe it's worth it. We have compensation picks, so we're going to have a whole lot of draft picks next year. So we can afford something like that, but do you want to waste it on someone like this who's going to be cut anyways? If he's going to be cut, why not sign him and re-sign him when he's cut, which is a bigger possibility. The Cowboys might just wait to see if he's going to be cut. And if he's cut on September 2nd or before, the Cowboys might make a move to pick him up. Keep an eye on that, a defensive end or defensive line player. I don't know much about him, but I know he's – yeah, see? There you go. Vaughn Glenn said he sucks. So that's why he's out there and available, guys. That's the only guy I've heard. That's the only guy I've heard that the Cowboys are looking for as far as looking outside.
I mean, guys, we kind of know the problem with trying to find players this late in the game. It tends to be that you run out of quality players. I mean, usually the players that everyone is looking at now, I'm not saying there aren't some decent moves you can make, but it just you're not going to find, some hidden Jaylon Smith. You're not going to find, a hidden Dak Prescott in the quarterbacks you're going to find out there or whatever. So it's not going to happen.
That's why we don't want to let go of Cooper Rush or really even Kellen Moore. I'm hearing he's going to probably make the team as well, both those guys. But Cooper Rush really
I predicted 3 quarterbacks. Let it be known. What?
You predicted more? You predicted
No, I thought it was going to be McCown, but I still said 3 quarterbacks. I still said that they were going to keep 3 quarterbacks for sure this year, or that I thought it'd be dumb for them not to keep 3 quarterbacks this year. So.
Hey, how about them Cowboys? You didn't join our fantasy league? Come on, you got to get in that. Yes, we don't need. Trust me, we don't need any practice. We know our stuff. I'm ready for you guys. And Edelman was one of the guys I was looking at later in the draft, but he's gone now. I guess I can let that cat out the bag.
How about them Cowboys join? Like we said, it's
just for fun.
So, and again, you can, if you want to just let it auto draft or just, like kick back and enjoy.
Oh. No, you want to be part of it, brother. You want to be part of it.
You want to be part of it. I'm just saying that you take it as seriously or, just have fun with it. Honestly, we're just going to play. We're going to take it seriously, but we're just going to have fun with it.
Yeah.
I'm really going to try to do my best this year to just have fun.
Well, we're both doing it together, guys, on the same team. So it's going to be, it's going to be my mind and her mind together making decisions. So, it'll be interesting.
So you get to hear lots of arguing over that.
No, you won't hear that part.
No, you won't hear it.
But that'll probably make a,
That's behind the scenes.
Yeah, that'll probably be our behind-the-scenes video. It'll probably get us like 10,000 views if we posted that one.
Yeah, and exactly. How about them Cowboys? So, we never know who they're going to keep. And honestly,
there's always shocking cuts. I mean, we're going to have a couple of shocking cuts. Don't be surprised by a couple of these guys getting cut. Someone, again, I don't think he's going to be cut, but someone like Cedric Thornton is a big name that was looking like he was going to get cut. Now it sounded like he's going to stay on the team. But again, guys, that's kind of one of those names. That's kind of one of those names that you got to, oh wow, he's waived, and you're going to see that, and all over the NFL, you're going to see that. Mr. Wright makes a great point. He says, I don't even do drugs, not even caffeine, but I bet someone in this chat is smoking weed right now. I'm not going to go on a limb for Gregory, but he should be playing, and I agree 100% with you.
No one's going to sit here and be Randy Gregory's cheerleader. He's kind of not a great person.
He broke the rules of the NFL. That we know.
Exactly, but that doesn't mean that the NFL didn't kind of overstep or do some dumb moves there too.
I wouldn't say overstep. I just think that's more just the society's kind of outlook on that drug, the medication.
It's 2017. Get with the times, and for some reason, I know it sounds dumb with get with the times, but we have enough evidence now, and the big problem, honestly, is the fact that it is legal medically and recreationally in either a handful of states or so many. So I think it just causes a problem for the NFL in general, and they just need to at least update their policy to reflect the change that's happened in the last 10 years.
But recall one thing now, they're saying that they're thinking about putting it in medically in the NFL because people do need treatment. It relieves with soreness and I only imagine what the players have said, that it improves soreness, pain management, that kind of stuff, and they don't have to be on medication and pills that are going to get you addicted and get you, all, mentally messed up on them. Well, in the same time, someone like Randy Gregory who doesn't have a prescription, and he gets caught with smoking marijuana, guess what? He's going to be suspended as well. It doesn't matter. So it's not going to definitely forgive him, but at least he has a little more leeway. And if he gets, I guess if he gets a prescription for it, I guess he'll be fine. Let me see here. I'm just going to go back here. I do agree, though, with Mr. Wright that he should. I mean, I think overall in the scheme of society, with the way things are going and the reality of marijuana, like you said, it's not something that's really it's not an enhancing drug. It's not like a steroid or cocaine or anything like that. So, you know, if these players have been using it, I mean, half the league's been using it for years and years and years for pain management. Yeah. It's just a matter of getting caught or not. And again, guys, it's not really, you know, it doesn't make him a thug or it doesn't make him all these bad things. Come on.
It is a little bit unfair because we do see such widespread use. And, you know, it just, look, guys, we know what it is. It's just not a big deal, and I think just the NFL needs to update their policies.
Well, that's every league, basically. I mean, except for basketball. I think they're the ones that have it, that's some kind of legality with it. But the thing is that the NBA does. The thing is, and I'm going to get off this topic because there's kids in here, but the thing is that basically, guys, you know, it just seems like it's something that the NFL and the rest of the sports have to kind of update their policies and their views on this. At the same time, though, in the end, the rules are the rules, guys. And if Randy Gregory decides to smoke weed, he needs to suffer the consequences, unfortunately. And again, if he cannot do that in the middle of being suspended, and he still has to smoke weed and get caught again, and he knows he's going to get tested every week, and he's an idiot. That's playing. I don't care what if you're sipping Coca-Cola. If you're taking out to do Coca-Cola, you can't stop.
Similar to the Zeke on the boat situation. We're not saying
True.
that he's doing anything wrong, but we are saying that in this time when you have extra eyes on you and you're being extra scrutinized, don't do anything that can be put under scrutiny. So again, you know, those things go hand in hand. Let's see. Cowboys abroad. I'm gonna miss the draft. Going to Thailand, Labor Day weekend, or I would have joined. Have fun in Thailand. I've never been.
Who's that?
But Cowboys abroad. So enjoy
What's
your
up?
time. I don't know if you've been there before, if you have family there or whatever, but enjoy your time.
That's not gonna be too far from where you're at now, though.
You see, peer pressure works, guys. How about them Cowboys is joining the league? So, guys, that means we probably only have
two spots.
Make sure to join if you haven't
or less.
already. It's going to be a lot of fun. So, Dennis Foster, thanks for joining us.
Dennis Foster.
Players are smoking, but they can pass the test, and
that's the thing. We know that. It's just Gregory's stupid to, number one, not be able to pass a test, and number two, the fact that he's currently being watched constantly by the league. He's been suspended twice for violating the marijuana situation, and then he does it again. I mean, during the suspension, that's an idiotic move, even though, you know, half the league is doing it.
Yeah, so Cowboys abroad said new NFL rule, just like the drug policy. 4-game first offense, 10-game second offense, permanent ban third offense for not standing for the anthem.
Now, let me go to Dennis Foster. Yeah. A lot of guys. Yeah, I just want to say, I don't know if you're part of the crew here, for part of our Cowboys family, but definitely hit like, guys, if you haven't yet, please. It helps get this video, you know, seeing in the browsers more often and searched. And subscribe if you haven't. So if you haven't subscribed, you can check back our daily videos. Every day we were doing some videos. Now we're doing live streams more often. And we're going to be doing some Madden live streams with some of you guys out there. So, you know, it's probably like tonight. We're going to have one a little later tonight, in an hour or two. So look for that.
Yeah, and meet the Mets again. We're talking about a man who, you know, used marijuana. We're not talking about, you know.
A killer.
Exactly. So it's, you know, again, people, and at the end of the day, it's not the Dallas Cowboys' responsibility to control the behavior of grown adults.
But Meet the Mets makes a good point. And Jerry Jones does take a lot of risks. I mean, he signed Greg Hardy. He signed, you know, he knew that drafting Gregory was going to be an issue. He knew that drafting Jaylon Smith could be an issue. He knew picking up Lyle Collins could have been an issue. Jordan Lewis as well, guys.
You know what? Great risk.
Sometimes no.
Sometimes comes a great reward. And Jerry Jones, at the end of the day, is a businessman. He sees every decision, you know, in those terms as well. So he looked at the end of the day, with the facts or the information he had, he chose to take that risk. The team chose to take that risk. Obviously, whatever they saw in those people as players outweighed their personal situation according to them. That's their decision. We can still think they're jerks.
Now, listen, Meet the Mets. It's for the PS4. Just letting you know. If you have it, friend me, and we'll play. Get some giant Cowboy games going on. The Eagle fan out there is gonna play me later, so it'll be interesting. Let me see here. Thank you for joining. How about them Cowboys, the league? We only got 2 spots open or less, so it's closing up soon. Yeah, Randy Gregory's not a bad guy. And, guys, that's the thing. I think Jerry Jones, the thing with the failure in the Randy Gregory situation is, the failure with the Randy Gregory situation, guys, is more on the front of that set us back on a defensive rusher for the next couple of years. And as you can see, it has been an issue on our defense. Randy Gregory was going to be our defensive, you know, our what do you call that when they just basically our rushing specialist, our quarterback pressure specialist, our quarterback sack specialist, our quarterback just rushing the quarterback. That's what we want. And now we lost that pure pass rusher that he was brought in to be. That was a big risk we lost, and now it's going to cost us on our defensive line front. Now we have to make it up with DeMarcus Lawrence. We got to make it up with Benson Mayowa. We got to make it up with Taco, which I don't think is as good as Randy Gregory would have been if he had stayed in the league without doing drugs and all that and being suspended. So guys, that's the risk you take. And again, I know it's not. Jerry Jones has always been on that little that thin line between risk a guy with bad character or taking a chance on a guy who is improving himself. Someone like Dak could be looked at as a risk in some ways because he had some issues in college. So, you always got to take a risk sometimes, guys. So meet the Mets. Even though I understand where you're coming from, I disagree with that, that he's an idiot. He knows what he's doing sometimes, but Jerry Jones has pissed me off more than once in my 40-plus years of being a Cowboy fan. Now, let me see. Okay, I'm just going to go through these. I know I repeated myself on a couple of them. I miss Romo too, Mr. Wright.
The Cowboys are always relevant, though.
Yeah, we are always relevant. Look, I will say this though. From the late '90s to the mid 2000s, it was a hard couple of years. It kind of reminded me of those years of being, being 3-13 and 5-11. It was just hard to watch. But with Quincy Carter, we got to the playoffs once, I think, and Romo brought us back there a couple of years later with Seattle against Seattle with that hold that he messed up, and I don't want to think about that. I'm glad we weren't doing these live streams then. But I'm just saying, I think that we've always been. We're like you said, we're always relevant. We're America's team. We're one of the most public teams in the league in sports. I'm sorry?
No, I just said even when we're bad, it just means people hate on us a little more.
Yeah, that's true. And space, we saw that. So keep that in your. Someone's gonna make a mistake in fantasy football, have an auto draft, and they're gonna pick him up in like the 4th round. But Edelman is gone for the year. Randy Gregory's a great guy. Facts, he's a piss poor employee. He's obviously not too smart, and that's correct. Meet the Mets. I cannot argue with that. He is not too smart if he's gonna smoke marijuana when he's suspended for marijuana in the middle of his suspension. That's just idiotic, and he is wasting his talent. It's a sad situation.
But at the end of the day, Jerry Jones should be faulted for giving players every opportunity to turn themselves around and make it right.
But he will
make the most of his
he will be criticized when you draft someone like that, and then they don't pan out and all the warnings were there. Exactly. And then now we are lacking now at the defensive end spot, and that's because of Randall Gregory.
And Von Glenn, Dak didn't really have any issues in college, but he did get arrested
he did have issues. Yeah,
DUI, and he got into some kind of a fight where he has a scar on his face. It came from some kind of a parking lot.
You can look at there's a video out there. If you look it up, you can see a video of Dak getting himself up off the ground after the fight. We got smashed in the head with a beer bottle, and he was like, he got scarred. He's scarred for life. But he was wobbly, and then I think right before the draft, so he wasn't officially part of the NFL yet. That's why he wasn't suspended. But guess what, guys? Dak would have been suspended if it was just another week after if he got stopped a week later. He would have been drafted by the Cowboys, and he would have been suspended.
And honestly, guys, I think that has a big part in Dak's
why he dropped
as well, because he's honestly said before that. Not only did that force him to drop in the draft, but it made him force to, look at himself and gave him a different perspective because he realized I'm about to blow it. I am so close to, I worked so hard for this, and I'm about to blow it because of some dumb mistakes that I made. And Dak is one of the few guys who was able to take those mistakes.
And mature out of it.
Yeah, mature and learn from them. Right. So far, obviously. I mean, he still has a long career ahead of him, hopefully. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna run through these over here. Yeah, he ruined his own career. I agree with that. Cowboys abroad. How about them Cowboys? Oh, man, I can't spell. Okay. Let me see. Meet the Mets. Cowboys abroad. Certainly, he was a beast in Nebraska, but he's screwed it up for himself, Randall Gregory. Dennis Foster, Jaylon Smith. We've been talking about him so much. He's another guy that Jerry Jones was criticized for drafting because he was a risk. Jaylon Smith, again, nothing's panned out yet, guys. He's definitely ahead of schedule, and he's definitely going to be playing.
Very promising.
I mean, he looks promising, but all it takes is one unfortunate twist on his knee, and it's over for him. And guys, and that's a risk that Jerry Jones took. And right now, it looks like it's panning out for him this year.
And I understand that, and I understand most players usually aren't one injury away from ending their careers. But every single player goes out there, and they're one injury away from either not playing the whole year or possibly, maybe being forced to end their careers. I mean, guys. Yeah. It's not just Jaylon Smith who's going out there risking it all. So I understand where it was a risk, but it was a calculated risk with the medical information they had. And honestly, with the, possibilities that Jaylon Smith could provide. I think that was probably one of the best moves. You know, Jordan Lewis was kind of a similar guy that we managed. You know,
I mean, the guys
like a top draft pick that we managed to get way further down because of some other issue that it's a steal, guys.
Right. You know, I mean, again, we got a steal from Randall Gregory until he failed his drug test. Yeah. He was a steal up until that point. And again, we got a steal with Jaylon Smith. Now it looks like a steal. Last year it looked like a bust because everyone jumps the gun too soon on these guys. And guys, I mean, I think someone like Dak was a 4th-round pick. We had Romo in. There was no real pressure to even worry about his character at this moment because he wasn't even looked up to be starting for another 3 or 4 years. Even that, you know. So all this has been a surprise, and I think this situation made him mature. Even for the Romo issue made him mature quicker. He's like, holy shoot, I got to actually get out there and lead America's team now. And he's like, I got to really button up and look forward and do the right thing. And, you know, he definitely he put it all together. I'm very happy for him. Yeah. Yes, he did get jumped. That's Meet the Mets. Dak did get jumped. You can see the video online somewhere out there.
I know you guys are saying that he was outnumbered and things like that. Again, I'm not. He himself has said that he somehow contributed to leading up to that situation.
Guys,
he can't say what exactly.
I hate to do the victim blaming thing, but guys, it's not victim blaming when you say don't put yourself in those bad situations.
Yeah,
like Zeke.
Dak admits that whatever role he had to play, he still contributed to the situation he ended up finding himself in.
You know what? Just shallow how. Just the fact that he was at a Waka Flocka concert. I don't know. I can't say he didn't deserve a beatdown for that. I'm sorry. This new rap nowadays, I can't take it. Little Dicky and Eminem, and that's about it. And Jay-Z and Biggie, Tupac.
I'm not buying that. Looking at yourself making changes. Young men do young men things. Dak drove drunk and beat it. Dak got beat up at a beach party. It happens. I don't know. I think a lot of us, that's kind of the point. No matter how much we know those things are mistakes, kind of like maybe over drinking when you first are finally 21 or whatever. It's kind of one of those things until you go through it, you can't stop and say, holy crap, I'm about to like really mess up. Luckily, Dak, one, wasn't officially in the NFL, and two, it wasn't anything so major it affected the rest of his career or the rest of his life in any major way. He got very lucky. The DUI could have easily ended up much worse, and the fight could have, we don't know how he could have gotten injured.
And guys, another thing to think about with the Jordan Lewis situation, with the domestic thing, I mean, that's why he dropped to us, was because of the domestic thing. That kind of helped us get him. Now he beat it. So actually now that's no matter what, even though he's injured now and nicked up, it's still a steal. For his talent that we think he's going to put out there, he should have been a second-round pick, maybe a low first-round pick. The guy could have been drafted a lot higher. Exactly. He was drafted in the third round.
The point is we definitely would not have gotten him.
Right. So if it wasn't for that domestic issue.
There would not be as good.
Right. And again, another guy that I wanted to mention was it's just on here for a second. I lost it. Oh gosh. No. For instance, like Dak. I'm just trying to think, like when we got Dak, I mean, the reason he fell to the fourth round was partially because people were thinking, oh, he's got issues. He just got caught for drunk driving. And this has just happened a week before the draft, guys. So it all kind of fell into our lap in a perfect situation. So it ended up being maybe our best draft in the history of Dallas Cowboys football.
Cowboys stars aligned, and not just that, but the fact that we got Dak, but Anthony Brown in the 6th round, guys. He's like, holy crap.
Right, and then you got Jaylon Smith in the 2nd. You got Zeke first. I mean, guys, we got Tapper in this draft.
Remember, we got Zeke, guys. We had to suffer through 2015 to get Zeke. We had to bleed for Zeke, like guys. That was
the bad season. Yeah, that I almost said a bad word.
Yeah, but had we not had that horrible season, had we not gone through all of that,
Zeke would not be on our team.
Zeke would not be ours, and that's what I'm saying. Like, as much as it sucks to go through those growing pains, that's what those are, growing pains. We are on. Hopefully what is going to be the start of the new Cowboys dynasty with Dak, with Zeke, with so many great
this is the new era, guys.
Healthy players, guys. I'm excited for this season. So
I'm wondering
Patrick, we are still here. We are going to be wrapping things up soon.
Shortly, yeah.
But honestly, you guys
I'll never get to play Madden tonight if I keep doing this. But yes, you guys are the ones that keep us going. I mean, we've got like 16 people in here, guys.
So thank you so much for joining us, every single one of you guys.
Yeah, I mean, no, I was going to say, make sure you guys hit like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. To join our league, we have 2 spots open, I think, maybe 1. I'm not sure if we have any spots open, but try to join if you can. Yes, Meet the Mets. It's a dynasty. With this crew of young guys and our offensive line, you're going to see for the next 5 or 6 years, it's going to be Cowboys going to be riding high as one of the top teams in the next 5-6 years, barring any major injuries, but any major changes to the team itself. I want to go back to Cowboys Abroad. He said Jordan Lewis is going to be a beast, guys. I agree with that. He definitely was. I think he's definitely the steal of the draft. I just wish we had the chance to see him out there more often.
Guys, that injury to his hamstring really hurts, especially because it's saying that's very unlikely we see him before week 1. And we want to see all our rookies out there, but especially the rookies are supposed to be some of the best. So Jordan Lewis, hopefully he, takes off running and, really picks up the scheme. And
assuming
hopefully
he was
his
only
growing pains don't last too long and he can find a spot and really start putting in some work.
He was only out there this year so far in training camp. Jordan Lewis was only out there for like 3 contact practices, guys. He was there for the whole offensive, the OTAs, but he was only there for 3 contact practices. He looked good, but he hasn't been out for 1 game. The fact that he's still injured and probably not going to play next week only says to me that you cannot really, you wouldn't keep a guy like that who hasn't played 1 NFL snap. Yeah. You wouldn't keep him on your team unless he has a talent, and the Cowboys know he has a talent. So he'll probably either go on some kind of injury list, a short-term injury list, to make room to sign another guy or keep another guy like Duke Thomas or Marquez White on the team until he gets back, and then they cut that guy or put him to the practice squad if they have any eligibility left. But I just love Jordan Lewis's ability to cover inside in the slot as a corner and the outside slot position. Outside cornerback position. So, he's an all-around guy, kind of like Cheeto. I really want to see him next week.
But Von Glenn, remember, he's that good despite the fact that he's 5'10". That it hinders him the way that it hinders everyone who is that size in that position. Yeah, Brandon Marshall's 6'5". Brandon Marshall's hurt. But Jordan Lewis, honestly, is...
The thing is, though, you think about Xavier Woods, guys, he's even smaller. You think about he goes. I seen him go against Rico Gathers, and even though Rico got him a couple times, he knocked the ball down. He was right on him. Even when Rico caught it, he was on him, all over him, draped over him. Guys, Xavier Woods is even smaller than Jordan Lewis, I think, and he's still playing, he plays aggressive out there. I'd like to see that. Xavier Woods is not going to play this week. There's a good chance he's not playing this week. Next week, you'll probably see him out there again. We need to see these guys out there. All but Jordan Lewis should be out there next week. Yeah. But this week, we're probably only going to see, Marquez White, as far as our rookies are concerned, and Taco, of course, as usual.
And Mr. Wright, I think the problem with that is just that, honestly, it's not necessarily women, but we're okay and willing to admit finally, and I will say that finally because this has been a problem for the NFL, that NFL players, there are some NFL players that are abusive towards women and think they are above the law, and that's not the case. But if you're not going to sit there and say that there isn't a vast, just a giant group of women out there that are out to personally try and get, these players in a position where, they are being vengeful. Maybe not necessarily with domestic violence claims, but they are extorting these players because of their position and their power. No one wants to talk about that. So I think women have this weird position of power when it comes to domestic violence claims, specifically when it comes to professional sports players, because their careers are so public and public image is such a big deal. Just the accusation alone could
let me just say something real quick because I see some information getting messed up out here. First off, Cowboys Abroad, it's noon when you're at. Yes, enjoy it. Enjoy the daytime. That's what I was going to. I wanted to fix that because Beasley and Switzer are both 5'8", or even small, maybe 5'7", 5'8".
And one of them might be 5'7".
They're both about the same. I think they're both the same height. But either way, guys, those 2 receivers, Beasley and Switzer, are like 5'7", 5'8".
Yeah, he's 5'8", Beasley. And
okay.
Then, let me see.
Beasley's 5'8", and Switzer, I think, is 5'8" or 5'7".
5'10". So Switzer.
Oh, 5'10". There you go. God, I didn't know he was so big.
So that's actually good because that means he gets a little bit more of an edge. Hopefully,
a little bit.
Beasley. But Beasley is just, again, Beasley's 5'8", and he still does what he does, guys. So that goes to show that height matters. But
well, he's referring that back to Jordan Lewis being 5'10" against someone like Brandon Marshall, 6'5". You're going to have those mismatches a lot of the time. I'm not saying he's the best guy out there. I'm not saying he can even cover Brandon Marshall right now by himself. But I am saying that Jordan Lewis is not, he wasn't this highly.
He's a great asset to the team, not just this year, but in the future.
He wasn't only put up there, drafted because he's he's a decent cornerback. He's a good cornerback, a very good cornerback who can cover taller players at times. Maybe not 6'5", but who are you going to put on him at 6'5"? We're going to have to probably have the safety roll over, like Byron Jones, probably send one of our taller guys and match him up like Skandrick maybe on him. Again, guys, it's all about matchups. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. But no matter what, we didn't have any guys that much bigger last season covering or, playing cornerback. They weren't an inch or 2 taller. I'm just saying, I know it can make a slight difference, but I'd rather have the aggressiveness of Xavier Woods and Jordan Lewis and Chidobe Awuzie than the lack of skill that we had with Claiborne and and his injuries as well, and forget about Brandon Carr. I just couldn't take him. I just liked him after his first year with us. I just couldn't wait to get him off the team. Finally, he's out of there, and everyone's like, "Oh my God, we lost a great player." No, we didn't. He stunk. And again, guys, I'd rather have Jordan Lewis out there, even Nolan Carroll out there, over Brandon Carr.
So
Actually, Brandon Carr reminds me. I'm sorry, Nolan Carroll reminds me a lot of Brandon Carr. Not great skill, but they're consistently always out there, never really injured.
But we haven't seen much from Nolan Carroll, so he still could possibly show us more than he already has.
Yeah, I will say the little bit I've seen of him in the preseason, coverage-wise, I really can't speak on it too much. But defensively, like stopping the run, he definitely comes up there and forces the running back inside, or makes him go out of bounds, or makes the tackle. So at least in that sense of things, he seems pretty good out there doing his job when it comes to the run defense part. But we need him out there covering, so we'll see what happens. Yeah. I know Austin Jeffrey, Sterling Shepard. I know these guys are all going to be big guys. You know, we played these guys last year when Jeffrey's with the Bears. We played Sterling Shepard with the Giants. We played, we didn't play the Jets last year, but with Brandon Marshall. But guys, we had other tall guys.
But Cowboys Abroad brings up a good point. Jordan Lewis is not going to be doing all the work alone.
Correct.
You know, if it's going to be a mismatch like that, you have to try to.
That's what I'm saying. That's why you're going to have a guy swing over as a safety. Byron Jones move over and watch that side. We're going to have a linebackers playing underneath. So he's getting help guys all over. You right, baby?
Yeah, stretching my back. Real quick, guys, just to give you an update, Julian Edelman, it looks like he will be getting an MRI tomorrow. The ACL is not 100% confirmed, but it is just highly suspected. But it could possibly be something else. Just letting you guys know.
Yeah,
but you'll definitely know by tomorrow after the MRI results.
Patriots, boo.
Yeah.
I know it's happening at the moment.
No, just because they're not confirmed that it's an ACL, but they're pretty sure. So I just.
Jamison Crowder is not that tall, is he? I don't think he is. I thought he was faster and taller. But listen, I see there. Meet the Met says if you double Marshall, you're in big trouble. I mean, we're not going to double Marshall. I don't think we're going to double Marshall. It's called kind of a man zone coverage where, let's say someone like Jordan Lewis is on Brandon Marshall to start off with. I think he would be on somebody like Odell more so. But I think that once, or maybe a Skander could be on Odell. I'm not sure. Or reversing them. Skander could be on Brandon Marshall. Either way, guys, they're going to cover him a man to start off. But as they go into their routes, the linebacker will slide into that zone, so you can't throw that quick slant. If he goes deep, you're going to have the safety roll over. Hopefully not Jeff Heath because he'll get burned, but like Byron Jones will roll over, hopefully make a good interception or knock the ball down. Just the fear that Eli can't throw it out there and just have him jump up in the air. It's going to, if he throws it to that corner down 30, 40 yards down the sideline, you're going to have two guys out back there. It's not double coverage, guys. It's called safety cover. Yeah, so expect that.
Guys, we are going to go ahead and start wrapping up the stream pretty soon. We've been streaming for
a long time. Let me check. Yeah, guys. I hope it's been informative. Is it 2 hours?
I think it's been 2 hours.
I don't think it's been an hour and a half. You actually said it perfectly fine.
I started streaming 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so that's why.
That rounds it up.
Yeah. So we will hopefully be on Madden 18 later tonight. The gamer tag is in the description down below. Purple_football7. Definitely make sure to go on there. Send us a message. Let us know who you are. Obviously, we'll be playing some games tonight.
I'll be streaming those games as well. So if we go on there, you can talk to me in the chat in there. Yeah. Probably in the next hour or hour and a half, I'll definitely be on there streaming. And just I'll accept all the friend requests from here. And if anybody wants to play tonight on a PS4, Madden 18. I'll stream the game tonight. It'll be my first game, so let's see how it goes. And I'll be talking on it. And you can, even if you're not playing, you guys can chat. Yeah, it'll be like a regular stream like this. Yeah. Just be done through the PlayStation. And, you guys can get, we can still talk on football then.
Yeah, no, I was going to say, how about the Cowboys wants to know when we will know the draft orders? So,
it's a randomized thing. When we had all 20 teams set, I just hit a button and it just randomizes it. So we'll know hopefully sooner than later.
So hopefully, obviously, we're going to try to leave it open until the 20 spots fill up. So if you joined How About Them Cowboys, that means you only have 2 more. So guys, if you know anybody who would like to join, please go ahead and share this with your friends. Let them know we want to fill up all 20 teams. We've never done a 20-person league.
Never. I've done it for like 20 years.
We're just going to have fun with it. So, definitely join us if you can. And then we'll be able to get the draft order out there as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Thank you every single one of you guys for watching Cowboys Abroad. Vaughn, Dennis, Mr. Wright, Vaughn, Meet the Mets. Am I missing anyone?
Patrick.
There's a lot of you guys out there.
Eagle fan, Hollyway, Purple Gaming, Wolf Rider, Rack City when you're here.
Yeah, so every one of you guys who's out there, thank you so much for watching. We'll be bringing you guys all the updates, of course.
And guys, remember
when we stream the Cowboys game, of course.
And guys, remember that. Also, to give us the like for this stream. We appreciate it. Make sure you hit subscribe if you have not done so already, which I think most of you have. And, oh, hey, Rack, I just called.
Oh, my goodness.
You have to come back and watch it. But, hey, no, I just gave you a shout-out before I knew you were on here. So, hey, it worked out. But, yeah, hey, everybody, you're sleeping. Yeah, listen, I'll be doing Madden a little bit later. Give us the likes. Give us the subscriptions. Join the league. It's only 2 spots or less left, and then we'll be able to send out the draft order. And then also tonight, guys, there's the Madden 18 on the
so
PlayStation.
Keep your eyes peeled. Even if you guys don't play, go ahead and join. We're just gonna have fun and hang out.
Yeah, I mean, you can join the stream even if you're not in the game. And then, if I'm playing a random person or I'm playing one of you guys, that'd be cool too. Either way, I'll do 1 or 2 games tonight probably and stream them. So you guys can chat through there. I'll be on my mic, so you can chat in the chat box on PlayStation 4, and I can still talk to you guys. The video will be the game, so the Madden game, and that's pretty much it, guys. We appreciate everything, guys. Everything. This back and forth is awesome.
Thanks for joining our family.
Yes, thanks for joining our family.
Thank you so much, guys, and of course, as always, you can never ever forget.
What is it, guys? Go Cowboys!
We'll catch you guys next time. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Enjoy the rest of your night. We'll catch you tomorrow for the game.
Yes, sir, and ma'am, and ladies, and kids. Thank you. We'll see you tomorrow for the
Bye,
big
guys.
game. The big game tomorrow, and
go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys. Go Cowboys, guys.